Okay, today we are going to be making a casino themed bouquet for a charity event that Sugar Monkeys is donating a a cake pop bouquet for. Um, we are trying to make chips, like poker chips and dice. And my husband is over here. We've made the cake. We've crumbled it, we've put frosting in it, and now we have a little dough going on, and we're going to mold the dice and the poker chips. As you can see, we've used, in the case of the poker chip, we have found that we can use a small cookie cutter that we have for about the size. We're using it more for the fact of its thickness, because we are going to be putting them on sticks. Get that beautiful circle. Okay, we've made the circle, and now he's making the shape. We want them to be consistent. That is the reason that we're using the cookie cutter at the end. Just to make sure they're the same size, the same thickness. Look at that beauty. There you go. Make sure the edges are nice and clean. And the size is right. We didn't want to make them too big because we are going to be dipping them in chocolate and decorating them. And they're going to go on a stick, so you don't want to have a big heavy cake ball on a stick, just because when you go to dip them in chocolate, it'll fall apart. And he is actually using one of our very new flavors, which is the watermelon. It's watermelon cake with watermelon frosting. Okay, and now we are using the apple caramel flavored cake to make the dice. This is an apple cake with salted caramel frosting added to it. It's another one of our new flavors. We have the chips and we have some dice. And he's working on one of the dice right now. Just kind of play with it and make it the shape that you want. Have to remember though that since you're putting those on a stick, you want to make them a little bit thicker than you would do if you were just putting them in a cupcake liner, because you don't want them to fall off the stick when you dip them in the chocolate. Alright, there you have it. Then we're going to stick these in the freezer, and then we'll be dipping them in just a moment. Okay, now we have let the cake balls freeze. We let them be a little bit longer in the freezer just because they're thicker, so we want to make sure that they don't break when we dip them in the chocolate. So you put a little bit of the red chocolate on the lollipop stick so he can put it on the cake ball, just to make sure it's secure. It's not going to be falling off. You want a nice deep bowl so that you can dip it as far in as you can without having to put extra on top. It just makes it easier. It's a one less step you have to do. If you do come up short like we did right now, you can go ahead and put a little bit on the top, but you do want to tap off the excess. Otherwise it's going to leave lines and it's going to look streaky. Okay, as you can see, he's tapping his hand, not the actual lollipop stick, just to get all the excess off so that it looks smooth. Now we want to go ahead and make the decoration. We have some white chocolate just so we can make the dots on the die. And it's good to have a die just as a reference point so you're not making crazy looking dots everywhere. We have this one just so we know the placement of the dots. It's not looking weird. Now you can use a decorator's bag with a tip, but this is actually much easier because the detail needs to be a little bit smaller. You can't find a lot of decorating tips that are small enough to decorate cake balls. You'll find sometimes you can find something that's for decorating cookies and that'll help, but we found that this is the easiest way. Here is the final product. Isn't that cute little dice? This is again for a cake pop bouquet that we're making for a casino party night auction. Remember, you can see us at sugarmonkeys.net, on facebook.com/sugarmonkeystx, on twitter.com/sugarmonkeystx, on pinterest.com/sugarmonkeystx, on instagram.com/cakeballs_sugarmonkeys. Thank you for visiting us, and we'll see you next week.